Hey everybody, Nerd Transformed here again, and today I'm reviewing the Transformers The Last Night Premiere Edition Voyager class Optimus Prime. Me reviewing a brand new figure, how dare I? Well, maybe not completely brand new. But for those who don't know, The Last Night is the newest Transformers movie, the 5th movie to be exact. And the Premiere Editions are, I guess you could say, really higher quality with paint and such figures that have been released as the first line of the movie. So this is the Last Night Optimus Prime. It does share the same design as Age of Extinction Prime. And for those who are wondering, the Premiere Editions are a bit more expensive because the Voyager here was $26-something. So yeah, with taxes around $27. So yeah, pretty expensive. But he has a really nice truck mode. He does have the more angular design that the Age of Extinction and Last Night movie design has, instead of the longer and more flat nose and bed. Or nose and... You get what I'm saying. It's a lot more curved and smooth looking, and as well as the smokestacks are different now too. And it does its job pretty well. It hides most of the robot kibble. The only robot kibble you can really see is the top of the hips here and the skirt panel right here. And even that you can cover up, which we'll get to in a minute. But you look at the bottom and yeah, there's robot bits. Well, you can't exactly tell where everything is except for maybe the hands. So, that's pretty decent. And he does hold his truck mode pretty well. You do get some nice silver paint all along the front here. Even with the little Orbit logo and some blue right in the middle of the grill to kind of help break that up. Get the blue flames going back, and then eventually transitions into red flames near the doors. And the windows are all black, so that looks alright. Silver along the top here. A lot of silver right here. I believe this is because it's the transformation piece. This is that really dense, non-paintable plastic they use often. So that's why there's just this random black block right here on both sides, which is a little weird. Unfortunately, the rims are not painted, although there is an Autobot logo detailed into the center of the rim. But it does kind of suck for $27. We still can't get painted rims. I mean, really, Hasbro? And back here, there's pretty much no paint at all, but there is a trailer hitch for a trailer that this figure will never have, most likely. But yeah, it's a pretty nice little truck mode. It's sturdy. For comparison, here he is with the Age of Extinction Bumblebee, which is a little weird because I do not have the Last Night Bumblebee, and on top of that, the Last Night Bumblebee that is out is the same mold as this, just with brighter yellow colors. Plus, like I said, this kind of represents Age of Extinction Prime. We just didn't get the Voyager we got with Age of Extinction was the Evasion mode version, which had the G1 style vehicle mode. This is the first one we got that matches the same style as the leader classes we got from last time. As you see, they are pretty nice scaled next to each other. That works really well for me. Now, he does have some accessories. He has his shield, which can be pegged onto the back here, like so, and it can help cover up his little bit of robot kibble. Oh, now you have an alien shield sitting on the back. And he does have his sword, which does slide underneath, like so. Just gotta get right. There you go. Like that. And it does store underneath pretty well. You can still roll it with no problem. But I don't like it because it feels like it's slightly bending it because one of my feet kind of sticks out a little bit. One of the feet of the robot kind of sticks to the sword a little bit. So I tend not to leave it under there. I just set it to the side usually. But you can store his accessories on him. So yeah, he's pretty well painted. He's got a really nice truck mode. He rolls well, and he stores the accessories pretty well without them looking kind of stupid just sticking off the top like some of the other figures have. So, let's go ahead and get down to transformation, shall we? He is a shell former, to be honest. All he handles, this is like the best example of a shell former I can think of. To start, you're going to just pop this whole top off here, and this whole piece will just come on back and sit right there. Next, pop these side panels off, fold these back, and yeah, these three pieces we just pull off do just form a giant backpack of kibble back there. Which does kind of stink, but you'll see how it goes when we get there. Come to the front, split the grill in half, and you're going to split off from these panels up here, swinging them outward. Take the grill itself, and it flips away, folds up down below like that. Do the same on this side, rotate around the hinge, like so. Then you're going to come to the back here, and these pieces will come undone. The whole side panels all the way along the truck come undone, and we'll bring the feet underneath the truck with them. So you're just peeling this whole piece thing like a banana. You're honestly peeling this thing like a banana. Like you're just folding it all back so you have the robot bit exposed. So go ahead and come to the back here, split the trailer hitch. It'll come in 2 pieces and rotate away underneath, like so. Then bring these long pieces down, and that'll be his legs. You're going to rotate them forward. Then you're going to take these pieces, bring them down, tab in, untab the foot and rotate down. You're going to swing it around. You're going to want to swing it outwards like so, not towards the trailer hitch but away from it. Bring it up under the leg, peg it in. Then these pieces, you're going to want to just, the front of the truck here, you're just going to bring it up and rotate till it's like this with the wheel down. Bring it up on this hinge, and there's a tab hole right there. It'll tab into the side of the leg. So we're going to repeat the process on this side. Bring this piece down, fold down the foot, which is on like a ratchet, swivel it around, bring it up underneath, and tab it into the bottom of the leg. Take this part, swivel it around till you get the wheel on the bottom, rotate it up against the back of the leg, tab it in on the side, take the skirt piece and just fold it down. And you're going to come around this way, just go ahead and rotate all the legs all the way around. And now we have all of it to the front where we need it. Go ahead and split the arms if they haven't already split on their own. Bring them out that far, go ahead and take these panels that come back on double hinges. And you'll tab in. Take these blue pieces, and they are tabbed in right there on the shoulder pieces. So you're going to rotate that down. Rotate these blue pieces to the sides of the shoulders so you can have enough room to peg these shoulders in on the sides. Make sure you go ahead and bring this piece all the way back because that gets that gray hinge out of the way. And that gives you enough room to flip out the head. You're going to take this chest plate, bring it on up. Just going to tab in like that. Come to the back. Fold it back to where it's laying against the back like this with the kibble. And collapse it in on itself. And it'll tab together. Do the same on this side. Tab it together. Collapse in. You're going to want to spread it just slightly because there's 2 tabs here and there's 2 tab holes up here and there's a little piece in the middle that needs to go in between. But you're going to do it just right to where it slides in between and tabs over both. And it'll keep that backpack together. His arm came untabbed. Sorry about that. Finally, you're going to take his biceps, rotate it up, and it'll click into place, like so. And there you have your Transformers Last Night Premier Edition Optimus Prime in his robot mode. Alright, now we got Optimus Prime in his robot mode. Let's go ahead and get comparisons out of the way. Here he is next to Age of Extinction Bumblebee. And the two do look together. I believe this is the proper scale for the two. Go ahead and get him out of the way. And look at him in robot mode. I do like the really big change he has. Before he was all red and blue with a little bit of silver. Now he's got a lot of dark grays and still a lot more silver on him. Still plenty of blue, but not as much red. And it's kind of weird because honestly, if you look at him, most of the red is from kibble. The only red that's on him that's not kibble is his little biceps here, just these little spots right here. So it's kind of weird, but this is definitely an extremely accurate version of the Age of Extinction / Last Night version of Optimus Prime. This looks almost exactly like him. I mean, yeah, he does have a lot of kibble on the back and on the back of his legs, but I think they handled it pretty well. I don't like that this big piece right here just kind of is just one big piece, but I do like that at least all the truck kibble does collapse together pretty nicely. And I do like this at least. One of the things that bugged me with a lot of Optimus Primes is that a lot of time we have wheels on wheel kibble, you have it facing forward. I like that the wheels are facing back, so you're not just staring at the wheels, you know. It just looks a lot better, looks a lot sleeker, looks really nice, you know. It's handled pretty well. Now, he does have accessories. He does have his sword again. And there is a way to store it, because there is a... Let me show you this. There is a actually piece right here hidden in between the kibble for a sword to store in, a little sheath for it to sit in. And you can slide it in just by coming up here and just sitting right there, and it looks pretty good. Funnily enough though, because his chest is hollow, you can actually see the sword going through him if you open it up. So that's kind of funny. You could also fit a matrix in here, I guess. And it is possible for him to actually reach back and kind of grip the handle if you so wish, want like a drawing pose, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, there's no way to store the shield. You're kind of just stuck with him holding the shield. Although I guess you could store it on the trailer hitch on the inside here. I mean, you could store it in between his legs there, but it just looks awkward. So unfortunately, you can't store away the shield really. It kind of sucks because they could have also just put a peg hole like right here or something on the back, like you could just do then. Especially since the sword has such a really good storing place. But oh well. Oh, wow, his joints are a little loose. But you can hold the shield. You can have him hold it in his hand. I mean, the handle is long enough for him to hold it, but it looks really weird for him to hold it like that. What you're meant to do is put it on his little side peg on his arm, peg in like that, and now he has his shield. And of course, his other hand can hold his sword. Slide all in. Yeah, I do like how they're painted. I think they're painted better than both how the later classes handle it. Especially with that weird yellow paint, that weird yellow clear plastic that the first Age of Extinction leader class used. It was just so weird. But now you get him all up in his robot mode with his weapons, and he does look good. But this figure does have some problems. As I just mentioned, he has some loose joints. You can see his legs are just flopping around. Granted, it's enough that you can stand him, and he'll stand just fine. It's not so loose that he's going to fall over. It's not Generations Rhinox bad. But it's still looser than they probably should be, especially since they're hinges and there's no real easy way to tighten them up. I mean, I can still flick my finger and make his knee fly back. The rest of the joints seem to be okay. Most the swivels are a little loose on the arms. Head is pretty sturdy though. It's mainly just the knees. The hips are slightly loose, but it's mainly just these knees are extremely loose. I have no idea why we keep having knee issues from Hasbro. Probably because it's Hasbro. But as a Premier Edition, he does have a lot of nice paint. You can see a really nice amount of silver on the legs here. The legs, I believe, are blue plastic, so that's not painted that's not paint, that's the blue, but it still looks really good. It's a really good choice for blue. There is also silver on this little front skirt piece here. A lot of silver on the chest. Looking on the inside, it's actually dark gray plastic, so all of that is painted silver with some blue at the top here. I do wish the blue kept going back, because now you just have this blue and this dark gray. And as you can see, the paint is easy to scratch, because there's already a scratch mark on mine at the top of the shoulder there. Exposing silver underneath, which is weird, so I'm guessing they actually, completely coated this in silver and then put some blue over the top of it. Still wish they put some blue back here. You do get some silver on the front of the bicep here, and you get some blue going down the arm, I guess you could say the arm guard. And it's kind of weird because it also has a spot right in the middle that's gray, but then it has some blue above it. I don't know, it's kind of an odd design, but it works, it looks good. I'm not sure if I believe these are painted blue, these are actually red bits of plastic with blue paint on them. And the face, we're going to go ahead and pop it off just so we can get a better look at it, unless I drop the head. You can see it's nicely painted. There's not a lot of paint, but it is well done where it is. You get the silver streak going down from the top of the crest down to his mouth plate with a little bit up for the eyebrows. And then his eyes are painted over in that all spark blue, as we're going to call it. Now, some people have complaints that his eyes, including the venting over the eyes, are completely painted in the blue. But honestly, if they hadn't done that, you wouldn't be able to tell those were his eyes, to be fair. When you're holding it... Let me get his head back on there. There we go. When we're holding it that far back, you can't even see there's venting over his eyes. You see those two blue strikes and just kind of think those are his eyes. So, I think they handled it just fine. The silver paint, though, could have been a bit wider, though, because it's just... I don't know, his mouth plate looks weird, because I see the silver streak going all the way down. I think he just has a really skinny mouth plate. I feel like they should have went a little bit further out with that, but I think this is, if I remember correctly, this is accurate. So yeah, he could have used a little bit more paint, could have been a little bit more detailed, but I think it's enough. Do I think it's $26 worth? Not quite. I do think you should wait for this to go on sale for 25 or 20, or no, 20 or 22. But, it's still pretty decent. Now for articulation, let's go ahead and get his weapons off so I'm going to show articulation better. Articulation-wise, he does have a ball-jointed head. It does swivel this far and this far before smacking into the neck guards. It looks down, it doesn't really look down much, but he does look up a bit, so if you have like a tall Grimlock figure, you could do that. You do have a swivel at the shoulder, and the arm guard does the shoulder guard for the most part does stay out of the way of it. It does go outward, and the shoulder guard is on the hinge as well as a swivel, so you can swivel that however you want. You do get an arm swivel right above the elbow. The elbow goes just, I would say just over 90 degrees. Nothing at the wrist, which is really disappointing for this being a quote-unquote premier edition with higher price. And he's a swordsman too, but no wrist swivel. Oh well, that really stinks. That's a definite bad mark for me. You do get a waist swivel. Do get fully jointed knees, or not knees, hips. They are done with hinges, but you can go outward that far. Forward and back. You do get a swivel that's cut in right here. Although it does look a little weird if you start swiveling like this. Especially if you go all the way around it, it's like hanging off weird. You get knees, as I showed you before, and nothing at the ankles, unfortunately. But it's enough to get some decent poses going. Like I said, I have two major complaints with this figure. For one, the looseness of the joints does bug me since this is an expensive figure. And for another, why couldn't we got wrist swivels? Oh yeah, you also have the arm go forward like this using the transformation joint, but because of how it's built, it actually looks pretty natural from most angles. So you can use that too if you want. So if you want him to kind of do like a pose like that. But yeah, he really needed that wrist swivel. He really needed it to feel complete to me. I don't mind him not really having ankle articulation, but since he is a swordsman and he was a higher price, I know we don't complain about these kind of things, but considering we get deluxes and even legends classes that sometimes have wrist swivels, why can't we get a wrist swivel here? Why is there nothing at this wrist? There's literally nothing in this way. This whole arm right here is just one big block. The transformation happens around it. There is no reason they couldn't have put a wrist swivel right there. Other than that, they were trying to save on money. So yeah, that's the big blemish for me on this figure, is that he really, really could use the wrist swivel. I do agree with some people he might have used a bit more paint, but I'd be a lot more forgiving of that and probably wouldn't even notice it if he had that wrist swivel. Even the slightly loose knee joints I don't mind. The wrist swivel is the biggest problem for me with this figure. But other than that, if that doesn't bug you, I think he's a great figure. I still would not recommend paying the $26, $27 that I paid for him. I don't mind that I had to pay that much for him because I still enjoy the figure, but I know everybody's not going to want to pay that. I would highly recommend waiting for a sale or for clearance for him and seeing what price he's at then. If you see him for $20 to $22, I would say pick him up. So, this has been Nerdy Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review and hope you have a great day. Take care.